ADHD and business struggles. I am Carolee Galt, and I'm an ADHD business and productivity mentor. So I specialize in working with ADHD entrepreneurs to be able to get them productive and moving forward in their business so that they can grow and scale beautifully while still taking care of their families and having those systems in their household as well as their business. So today we're going to talk about what those struggles are that you face as an ADHD business owner and entrepreneur. So put in the comments what your biggest struggle is yourself. So that way I can create some more YouTube videos around your specific struggles and how I manage to use those with myself and with my clients. All right, so we are going to jump right into some of the biggest struggles that I have compiled based off of clients and a poll that I created and even myself, okay? And so some of the biggest contenders were procrastination, unable to prioritize, imposter syndrome, there's too many ideas and you can't focus or decide on what to start with, right? Lack of organization, we're just all over the place. The daily tasks that you have to do just aren't stimulating enough for you to actually do them. And so we're having pushback, right? RSD. We have starting, planning, researching, list making, but not actually following through and doing the thing. Okay, which ones of these are you resonating with? Do you struggle with some of these too? I encourage you to take some note, what is one thing that you struggle with? And then pop them in the comments and be like, I want to hear more on how to deal with this specific thing, all right? I want to be here to support you and help you as much as I possibly can, okay? Then we have that darn bugger overwhelm, which is kind of not starting, right? Looking at all the things or don't know what to do. We have just avoidance. Oh my gosh, avoidance has been hardcore for me recently. I just don't want to do the things, and then so I'm starting to do something else, and eventually it gets done, but I'm literally doing everything in my power to avoid doing it. I'd rather do the thing I absolutely hate and not do the thing that I have to do. Fear of failure. We fear that we're going to fail, so we just don't do anything. I don't know. Constant stream of ideas, but you got FOMO because you want to start all of them at the same time, do all of them, and you can't possibly do 2,500 things at the same time. Because let's be real, that's how many things we have running through our brains. We've got ideas for days and months and maybe even years. Perfectionism. Ooh, do you struggle with perfectionism? Just having to get all of the things, having it exactly perfect before you can even move on, before you can post it, before you can talk about it, all those things, right? Shiny objects. Not being able to resist those buggers. We all, if you have ADHD, at some form, you have this shiny object syndrome, which has been started to be known as, right? Where we're just constantly going all over the place by not being able to focus on one thing and distractions, right? Yes. Okay. Here could be a strength or weakness here. Hyperfocus, right? Hyperfocus is where you get so intrigued into something that you could seriously sit there for 8 hours and work on it. So good or bad thing, depending on you, the project, your household, different things like that, your other responsibilities. And then another one here is just plain structure, not having the systems in place in the structure to be able to continue moving forward really, really well. And so now that I've gone over a few of the business struggles, I'm going to go ahead and give you a few tips about a couple of them. I'm going to pick and choose a few, but I am going to go back to the comments after you guys have commented and go ahead and give you specific examples and specific tips for each one of those in separate videos, okay? And when I make those, I will go ahead and link them in the comments as well. Okay? Sound good? Sound good. Okay, so I hope you have taken that time to put your biggest struggle in there, but also if any of these other ones are related to you that you're like, oh, I need some assistance here, that you put those down below as well. So with procrastination, like, we do some of our greatest work when we are procrastinating. Like, we are just like, let's do this, and all this other, like, we get down to the day before and we just knocked out an entire thing. Now we're exhausted when we're done, but we got it done. And so procrastination, if it's still working for you, you're never going to actually move forward with anything. Like, you are going to wait until the last minute. So you're going to have to start putting into place some parameters for yourself that allow you to not procrastinate. Move up your timelines. Have accountability. Accountability is huge. I highly suggest the accountability part. When it comes to procrastination, it'll keep you accountable and moving forward with your projects and in your business without being burnt out, because essentially that procrastination, if we do it all the time, we're using so much more of our mind, our brain strength at one time that it gets really, really stressful. And then we have to go sleep for like 2 days. And that's no fun. Well, sleeping's fun, but not the fact that we have to, because we want to be up and moving. So being unable to prioritize. Yeah, I get that. We make that really big long list of things that we have to do, and we're like, well, what do we start with? All right. And so I did a video on a software that I use to help me with this. If you are unable to have someone that would help you prioritize, I'm actually really good at prioritizing, but I don't actually like the task of figuring it out. Like, I can, but it takes some time. And so with this software, it's called Motion, and you input all of your tasks, your deadlines, when, like, the high priority, low priority, things like that, and it'll prioritize it on your schedule for you based on your availability. And so if that's of interest to you, that is linked in the comments as well. You can check it out. I give you a walkthrough and all the instructions there if you're struggling with prioritizing. Basically, you're going to have to figure it out by deadlines, though. Like, and by, is it for your business? Is it for someone else's business? Like, you're going to have to, like, just start thinking it through. Like, how much time do I have to do these things, and how, to move forward? And then based on the deadline. So I just like the software to do it for me. It makes it so much easier. Imposter Syndrome. It's where you're not thinking that you're the expert that you actually are, and you now feel like you're an imposter in your own skin and that you can't move forward because you feel like a fraud. I don't want that for you. If you know your stuff, you know your stuff, and you know if you know your stuff. All right? Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Like, just show up as the badass that you are. Show up as you. You don't need permission. Just show up as you. And if anyone doesn't like it, that sucks for them, not you. Let's see. Lack of organization. Get some systems in place for your home life, for your business. I'm going to do a bunch of videos on systems. I'm feeling this is a huge thing that we don't have in our lives. And so we need to have huge systems. They have completely changed the way I do everything. Okay? So I'll link some videos down below after those are done, but follow, subscribe to the channel, okay? Because those are things that are going to be popping up in the near future. We have weekly videos, and so I want to be able to, pour into you guys here. Fear of failure. We all fail. I don't think you fail. My opinion on failure, my mindset on failure, is that you never fail unless you decide to give up. And that is a conscious decision. Unless you decide to give up, you have not failed. Think of it that way. See if that helps. All right? Daily tasks aren't stimulating. Well, maybe outsource those if you can. Have an assistant, have a child, an older child, of course. See if someone can help you do those, because it's draining you, right? The shiny object syndrome. I'll give you that last part. That Motion app I was talking about a little earlier that will prioritize tasks for you, it has this little integration with it that allows you to have things pop, like it has this little thing that pops up on the screen and it goes across all of your pages. So it doesn't matter where you are, it's just always there. And so it keeps me focused on the one task. The one time I didn't use it this week, I got distracted. I said I was going to start with this task, and then I went off and did something different. because I didn't put it up on my computer, and I was very aware of that because I just done my time on it, and I was like, wait a second, I wasn't supposed to be doing this. So I caught myself in the middle of it. So this has been one of the apps that has changed the way I can focus, prioritize, and just, it makes it so much easier. I don't have to think about what I have to do in the day. It already told me. It already does it for me. All I have to do is input the tasks at any given time, and it'll recalculate things if you don't hit them all. It's fun. Look at the video in the description, okay? So I would love to be able to support you in your business, especially if you don't have the systems in place, or you do struggle with prioritizing. Do you feel that your household, your home life is starting to take away from your ability to work on your business, or has it always done that and you want some more clarity and push there? I would love to be able to see if I could support you, okay? I love to support the ADHD entrepreneur to just get more productive in their home life and in their business, just everywhere, well-rounded, to where you're not overwhelmed. You have the systems. You know what to do next. You have the accountability. That is huge. You show up for yourself. You have that when you start getting those feel of failures, the RSD, just all of these things, imposter syndrome. You're gonna be able to have that person, that support person that believes in you, to be there for you. And that is powerful. That is someone that you need in your life. If that's not me, that's okay. It doesn't have to be me. But I want you to have someone, because that is where real, crazy, amazing change happens in your business. And I'm experiencing this at a higher level right now. It is amazing. So I want to leave you with this. You are an amazing person that is super passionate, driven, and just wants to change the world with what you absolutely love to do. Whether that's selling something, whether that's coaching someone, whether that's providing a service, it doesn't matter. You have that drive as an ADHD entrepreneur to continue moving forward, pivoting as needed, making tweaks, getting creative, having fun, right? You have that inside of you. It might not be bursting at the seams yet, but it's there. And I would love to be a part of having that come out and you going, oh my gosh, I can do this. Okay? So if that's you, I would love to have a chat with you. Okay? I would love to see what I can do to support you. There are a few options. And so go ahead and book a coffee chat with me. It's a 15-minute chat. If you're like, I don't want to chat, then go ahead and comment below and I can reach out to you via email or whatever you want, okay? Just go ahead and let me know how you want me to reach out, all right? Or if you're not like a let's talk in person sort of person, if you're not a coffee chat person, right, you don't want to talk on Zoom or whatever, then you can go ahead and email me and I will pop the email in the description, okay? So I would love to talk to you and see how we can support each other, see how I can support you, see if one of my communities is perfect for you. But nonetheless, join Productivity Solutions for the ADHD Entrepreneur over there on Facebook, and I would love to have you in there, and we can even talk a little bit more after you hop in there. All right, you have an amazing, amazing day. And I will totally be making more videos about those struggles that you're having based off the comments here. All right?